Oh, konnichiwa. Welcome to Gaijin no Nihon Densho with me, Christopher. Obviously, owner and operator of Surino Michi, a layout on the exhibition circuit in the UK, here in the UK, giving a small taste of Japan. Anyway, now the advertisement's done. I don't know why I did that like that. Anyway, hope you're all well. And yes, I'm armed with this thing again, which can only mean that there's a box or boxes. 1, 2. Now you've got the advantage of me. You've seen the thumbnail. You know what's in one of these. I know what's in both of them, but you've seen it. I've got to see it. So yes, so we're going to go with the smaller of the two first, because I've got a feeling that the main event's in the bigger one. So this is all monorail this time. Hope everyone is well. Had a good weekend. So I'll take a stick into the blade there. Right. So first up, oh no, that is actually not the main event. That is the sorry, that's not the secondary. That is actually the main. We'll go with this first. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It's actually in 2 separate boxes. I thought you'd have a little box and a big box, so I assumed the larger box would be the main event. The frame that's not the new frame. No, here we go. So what have we got here first? Well, I call these not the main events if it's some sort of insult to them, but these are for a future layout. So we have building the Showa era number 3. It's obviously a multi-story block in there from Tomytec. Housing block, and similar thing again. This is A3, and finally B3. So that's sort of apartment blocks. So yeah. What am I planning? Well, you have to keep watching the channel and find out. So, main event time. Well, here we are. Ooh. New toys, new toys, new toys, new toys, new toys. I think I just did the add-on set first, so let's get the main event out, or So, what train do we have? Well, say you've already seen it, but here it is. The Series 103, or the 103 series, as they put it in there. EMU. This one is suitable for the Yamanote line, which is the famous circular route around Tokyo. 103s were introduced in 1963, if I remember that correctly. And as we speak, I believe there actually are a couple of sets still in use. Not on the Yamanote line, it's JR East, I think, that uses some still on a couple of routes. But yeah, not many of them left though, not as many as there used to be. So not a bad inning for such an old, in relative terms, EMU. But yes, so quite a, as you can see by the design on the box there, quite a basic design of EMU, but you know, serves the purpose well of commuter trains. So how's that? We managed all that in under 5 minutes, or just over 4 minutes. So the thing to do now is for me to get you down trackside, and we'll get it on the track and see how easy it is to put together all that good stuff. Start the running in process off, which you don't have to sit through, I do. And yeah, we'll have some running shots. Okay, see you in a moment. Okay, so here we are at the track. Just gonna get that out of the way. I'll try and avoid putting a big shadow over the layout like that, but it's going to be to just go around this way, isn't it? So it's going to part that up basically off opposite to where it was on the other side of the layout. There it is. Right, pretty sure you can't see it there. Okay, so trusty railing tool into the platform. So I need to pay attention now because okay, that's not too bad. So it's the lower one is the formation we're going to be doing with the extra 3 coaches. Okay, so I think this has standard Arnold style couplings, standard engage couplings basically. You'll see it in more detail in a minute anyway, it's actually on the track. Yeah, quite nice. Right, so that's that one, and I believe it was just then the 3 ones from the other sets. 349, 505 and 334. 349, 505, 334, yes, so it is. So add-on set cars on next. Right, so here we are. Classic Arnold style couplings. Obviously these will be replaced with some Kato knuckles, which will bring the couplings that bit close together. Bring the cars close together, I mean. Oh, what I meant. Right. And then it's these 4. That's our motor coach there. This is the one I want to drive on. Okay. And then it's this one. And this one. There we are. So if I send that to my loop round, okay. See the tail lights there as well. So do a loop in both directions. If I adjust the camera. That was me. Right, let's lower the camera down. So, here we are, just look at the light functions. Creeping forward. So there's the headlights and destination boards lit up. Tail lights lit. So this is it's a bit more of a budget range Kato product, I think. I know with these sort of regular engaged couplings in between, it's a cheaper model overall. These are quite good value for money, or very good value for money. They didn't used to have a lot of working lights in them. These ones I think are the first to do so. They did do what I could call a full fat version of this train, which obviously had all the lights and things as standard, and also had the oh blimey, the regular sort of EMU coupling, a bit like what it's got on the front here, represented on the front there, but between all the cars for close coupling. But yes, wonderful set. So let's send it one way around for you. And then change direction. Send it the other way around. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Okay, so now it's time for me to run it in, and then we'll have a running session with the 287 series behind it as well, joining in for the fun, and yeah. Okay, off we go to run it in now. I'll see you after a pause. That's the same usual running speed I tend to do for all stuff. It's a bit more lively this one. Alright. Half an hour at this speed, half an hour instruction, half an hour instruction, and again. I'll say half in a minute. So, all ran in, now running a lot more smoothly and quietly. It may interest you to know that the Series 287 is actually running slightly higher speed than what you last saw this running at on the controller, not for a higher setting. Let's give that a little bit more beams just to make it look a bit more like it's going somewhere. But yes, so it's quieting down a lot, it's much smoother in the power range, as you'd expect for something that's running now. One of the few downsides to it, of course, is the colour. It sort of blends in a bit with the surroundings, but this train in real life ran in a city setting, so you know it's wasn't going to be quite so obvious. Sorry, quite so blending quite so much. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. Very pleased with this. I've got another one on order actually, an orange one, which will stand out. But yes, very nice way to get yourself started in ducking then if you wanted a nice cheaper EMU. I'm incredibly pleased with this, really. Never going to win any awards in the look department, but like I say, it was designed to be built in large quantities for the purpose of transporting commuters, not a crack express or anything else. Which of course the Kuroshio on the inner track is a express. That's supposed to look beautiful, isn't it? And then, yeah, obviously, there are some great colours to choose from as well. You've got the green one, the Emoji line, famous for. There's two different variations of sky blue. There's the orange one, the yellow one, tealy colour one. Yeah, there's some good choices. It's a nice bright start to your layout. Some of those don't come out till next month, but yeah, the orange one's due next month. For once we can say that tone is positive. But yes, very pleasant model frame this. And well suited to its future layout, where the layout built more for it in the future, where it will pop a little bit more, as they say, because the background will be less green. But yes, oh, I hope you've enjoyed, as I have really enjoyed watching the 103 series from Kato go around. Just a couple of extra bits. Painted Bob signs from Bob Kelly's shop, as well as got the 3D print from Bob signs there. He's now ready for the camera crew to do his bits of camera about the engine on the print. Coming around, we have a couple of weird things to look at here, but this is meant to be reference to the order of a rabbit. This is called a round rabbit, like a ball, basically a white ball that one of the characters carries around on their head. Yep. And then this is from Azumanga.io. I need to paint that cat black, but it's meant to be a reference to Sakaki-san, who is always trying to constantly pet that cat in the early episodes. Again, little references. Won't mean a lot to a lot of people, but they mean something to me. And so those people that do know something, hang on a minute. Yep, there they are. So on the overall picture, you know, it doesn't particularly spoil much. I mean, when you've got the cat bus here on the roof of the house and Totoro there, does it really matter so much? Anyway, one last little bit from me, and then we'll be in the video. So just quickly, at the end here, I hope you've enjoyed. I've really enjoyed watching that one go around, and the 27's sped up a little bit. Yeah, but yes, it is really nice, and as I say, you know, they're a fantastic start in Japanese rail. And the EMU front, that was quite nice, as I know, you know, potentially you can buy these things from their shops, it's one of those, but nice they've chucked a couple of catalogues in for me. This one's all about lighting, so more than just the just plug stuff, but also they're working together with the Zipwood and Scenics that do. A lot of people will be familiar with these sets here. Some demonstrations of applications into buildings as well. So into Japanese buildings as opposed to the how-to guides there. It's kind of nice, it's kind of cool that. But yeah, not just those, but also on the back we've got the interior lights for the trains. The 103 will be receiving some. And at the bottom, beautiful photo with a unit arriving station, but eagle-eyed viewers may recognise the station building. It's the same one I'm using here. So yeah, I thought that was kind of nice. And then the other one is all about Scenics. Scenic materials, different sort of diorama ideas. And kind of nice, one of the things that caught my eye, I just wanted to show you, was this. you got any trees or figures left over, may not be a bad little punt to have a go at something like that. Or something like that. I mean, that could turn into a layout if you carried on with it, couldn't it? So yeah, just worth a look. Of course, the Me Diorama Circus. Now, I do have the sticker on the front with the QR code for scan. Like, I keep forgetting to point it out to people. I must. But I've got a feeling it gets covered up by the dressing at the front, so maybe I need to have a bigger version of the QR code. I'd get no kickbacks from it, but it's a good way to, again, have a go. And what I'm about is encouraging rather than anything, rather than trying to make money out of this. But yeah, it's got a little bit of lighting there. Now the only thing is, these Tanaki, I really could do with them in Engage. As well as they do HO ones there. They've got HO foxes, but they don't do Engage foxes, and they don't do Engage Tanaki. But yeah. Even shows different T-track sections. Baseball sets and also with our army circus stuff. Yeah, just thought that was kind of nice to have, and usually I put things like that in the recycling with the cardboard for the boxes and everything, but it's actually one of they've got some really nice photos in there, and they're quite nice inspiration. But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, till next time, arigato gozaimasu. Till next time, arigato gozaimasu. Take care all. Stay safe and be well. Always remember to have fun, and sayonara.